Okay, so we're like on day 4 or so of official lockdown in this quarantine time. We've still been having some fun motoing, and we've switched from our trail riding trip you saw last week to some moto tracks in California. We still got some rain, so it's made our hill tracks just amazing. You got to check this stuff out. Okay, so one of my favorite things to do is to ride moto, and I still enjoy cutting in a track in the wintertime in California. As you can see, you can just get down low like that and carve stuff and feel like a hero, and cutting stuff into this fresh stuff is really fun. Now, I've had some people comment that, hey, you shouldn't be maybe riding or being careful, because if you do get hurt, you're gonna have to go to the hospitals, which are already overloaded, and I can't argue with that. So we do need to be a little careful, maybe stepping her down a notch or two. So this rain in California makes everything just incredible. As you can see here, we're cutting through this weeded out field here, and it's just amazing. This Honda 250, we're on a 2020 Honda CRF 250, which this bike is really good. As stock, the suspension is utterly amazing. Now you can see this thing's hitting the rev limiter quite a bit. It really wants to be wrung out, man. You got to just wring this thing out, because it is all stock with the twisted mapping on the vortex, so that really helps it rev out. And this track is just totally fun, as you can see. So this Honda, like I said, the stock suspension is incredible. And we've also, on our last trip, you saw we took the Honda CRF 250 RX out, and that bike is very similar. And we've been comparing these kind of bikes, and they're very close, and they're both really good bikes. We're pretty happy with it. Cutting in a hill track like this, if you ever have the room to do this where you live, it's just amazing to do something like this. It's just the funnest thing you can ever do. I really enjoy it. Okay, so here we switch over to a totally different track, a little bit similar terrain in Southern California. This one's really sandy. This is incredible, being able to cut this into these grass areas. Guys will call them grass tracks, but in California we got a lot of DG underneath, and just amazing to be able to cut this kind of stuff in. And you just feel like a hero, because you hook up everywhere, and again, they don't have the jumps that you would have on a regular track that you would have nowadays. You gotta just get to enjoy just riding. And most of our tracks on this stuff tend to be long, 3 minutes. Here's one little jump, just gotta kind of go over a little bit, nothing major. And then a really cool left-hand turn here that you can just really crank the bike over. Your foot will touch the handlebar almost. If you were to fall, you'd probably have the bike land on your legs there. If you notice, there's a big group of guys standing there. I've been doing this a long time, and Spencer here you see riding, he's gotten to where he can ride long motos too. We take a lot of guys out, and they do short motos. We like to go out and do long motos on these kind of tracks, like at least 30 minutes, if not 50, is what we try to do on most of these tracks, to really get them in. And it's fun. You can ride that long, and you can see these ruts look like a quad right there with 2 ruts coming down. This is an old fenced area. See that sand here, and you come up here and you can cut in between some palm trees. Pretty rad. And as you can see, the sand is just there mixed with some dirt, can just give you some great traction. And it's just, as our friend Rado would say, so much blast. It is just incredible. This Honda's got to be wrung out a bit, but she loves this thing, and it's pretty rad. These tracks, you just have your imagination to be able to cut these things in. I got a few friends, myself and Spencer, and that's David Pingree you see back there in the shot. He's really good at making these tracks as well. And this is the section I made. We're going to jump onto the stuff that he made here in just a little bit again. He made that first part that we saw, and it's pretty amazing time. It's nice when we get lots of rain and we can do this kind of stuff. That's a shot of Ping jumping over that little jump we just saw there a second ago, and back onto the track. And again, it's just amazing. This is the toilet bowl. See that toilet right there? Somebody dumped a toilet out there in the middle of nowhere, so we kind of call the place Toilet Bowl because we don't forget, obviously the toilet. So it's pretty easy to remember it. So that makes it pretty nice. Nice right-hander here, and we got a nice little sandy straightaway coming up here that I just really love. Like, ah! And then just so good. This left-hander right here, you can go in deep. And then you got a really tight right hand here. How rad is this? Look at this. And it's really hard to make the next left. Stay in the right. We don't like guys that cut the track inside. There's a shot of Spencer here just getting on it at one of those sandy turns that you're seeing. And we're joining back on to the main section of track right there, back there when Spencer was on a 350 the other day. He did a little loop out session, grabbed a little too much throttle and just threw the bike and messed himself up a little bit. So we're just loving this bike. Really cool deal. So hopefully you're all staying safe and sound during this crazy time. So hopefully you guys are doing well, and hopefully if you got a track like something like this at your house, you can be riding and staying sane, or hopefully this just helps you to get through it a little bit. People are stocking up on toilet paper, but I'm saying they stock up on tires and clutches and stuff like that so you can still ride dirt bikes. So maybe some gas. So hopefully we'll see you out soon, and hopefully you enjoy this.